Alright, we're going to play a game of Diamond Mine Baseball. We're going to play the Detroit and Baltimore game from April 5th, 1974. Opening day for these two teams. Temperature at game time is 64 degrees. Wind blowing out to center at 15 miles per hour, and the sky is clear. And we'll just go through the actual lineups and we will be ready to jump into the game. I took a quick look, and Baltimore won this game 3-2. Pretty good pitchers duel between Mickey Lolich and Jim Palmer. Lolich went 8, Palmer went 8 and a third. He did get the win. Jackson saved it. Low scoring game. Doesn't look like there were any home runs. Neither one of these teams had a ton of power. I mean, they didn't have anyone that hit over 20 or hit 20 or more. They did have guys, several. Baltimore had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looks like 6 guys in the teens, but neither team had like a great offense. Detroit was even less powerful. They had, they did have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys in the teens, but their top guy was 18, which was Bill Freehan. So Baltimore was still pretty good in '74. Detroit not so much. But we'll see what happens here. We got Jim Palmer on the mound, and we've got Brinkman at the plate, Ed Brinkman, and we are going to go ahead and start the game. Controlling Baltimore. Computer has Detroit. And we got a 2-2 delivery to Brinkman, and a nasty breaking ball for the strikeout. Palmer gets his first K, and there's one out, and we are underway. Bring up Aurelio Rodriguez. Pretty good third baseman, very good with the glove. And we got a 1-1 count on Rodriguez. Palmer kicks and delivers. And a ground ball by the mound, by second base, taken behind the bag by Mark Belanger. Off balance throw, and in time, he gets Rodriguez at first for the second out. That's a 6-3. And we got 2 outs. Nice play by Mark Belanger, and that'll bring up Jim Northrup. Hit 237 in real life. Obviously, his opening day, so we're not going to have any replay stats. 3-0 pitch to Northrup, so he's got ahead in the count, and it looks like he's going to get a walk. 4 straight balls to Northrup puts him on first with 2 out. I'll bring up Al Kaline. Kaline, not a big year in '74. He hit 13 home runs, batted .262, and he's going to bat here with Northrup on at first. Doesn't look like much of a threat to run, so we'll just pitch to Kaline. And we got a full count on Kaline. And here's Palmer's pitch. Northrup is going, and it's popped up. Foul territory, wide of third, moving towards the stands. Let's see if Robinson can. Oh, Belanger's actually going to come over, and he drops it. Belanger gets an error there on a foul pop. And Mark Belanger, usually a pretty good defensive shortstop, but he drops that foul pop and gives Kaline another chance here. With the count full, obviously 2 outs, Northrup is on the move on the pitch. And there he goes again. Northrup is going. Payoff pitch. And ball 4. And Palmer walks his second batter. And now we got first and second, 2 out. And that's going to bring up Willie Horton. And Horton did have a nice year. Hit .298 with 15 home runs. So you don't really want to be walking guys in front of Horton. But we're going to have to challenge him. Here comes the pitch. Let's see what Palmer can do with Horton. And it's a ball 1 delivery. And it's a ground ball past Palmer. It's going to be Belanger again. And he does get Horton from behind second base. So Belanger with a bit of a mixed inning. 2 nice plays and then the error on the foul pop. But he does help Palmer get out of the top of the first. So we will go to the bottom of the first. Mickey Lolich, who did not have a great year in '74. ERA over 4. Matter of fact, I think he lost 21 games. Let me double check Lolich's stats. Mickey Lolich was 16-21 with an ERA over 4. As a matter of fact, all of the Tigers' normal starters had ERAs over 4, and most of their bullpen ERAs were over 4, except for John Hiller, who had a pretty good year out of the pen. So Al Bunbury is going to lead it off, and Lolich is going to deal to Bunbury to start the bottom of the first. We got a 1-1 pitch, swing, and a roller along the third baseline. Lolich is off the mound. He barehands it. Turns and throws to first. It's going to be close. Bang, bang, play. Bunbury is just out. He gets him by a half a step. And that's the first out. That'll bring up Rich Coggins. 1-1 pitch to Coggins. It's a breaking ball hanger, and Coggins belts it to center field and over the head of Stanley. And let's see how far Coggins can go. He's going for 3, and he's got it. So a triple for Coggins here with 1 out. So the Orioles threatening runner on third, and it's going to be Grich. And we're just swinging away here. Coggins moving off the bag. 1 ball, no strikes to Grich. And Grich jacks one out to center field, picking up steam, but there's a lot of room out there. And retreating Stanley makes the catch, but Coggins should score easily, and the Orioles are going to take a 1-0 lead here on the triple and the sac fly. And now with 2 outs, Tommy Davis here playing for the Orioles will bat, and is a 1-2 pitch, and he hits a shot to right and deep. Northrup is going back, and he'll get there on the warning track, and that will be the 3rd out. So a couple of shots off of Lolich, and the Orioles get a run. They lead it 1-0. We go top 2, and Norm Cash will lead it off against Palmer, who now has a lead. And the pitch to Cash, there's a shot. Right field gap. Coggins drifting back. Still going back towards the alley. And he makes the catch for the first out. So we're seeing some nice catches in the outfield early on in this game. 1 out. Bring up Mickey Stanley. He hit 220, looks like, in the 74 season. Had 8 home runs. And Palmer gets the sign. It's 2-0 to Stanley. Palmer deals. Ground ball to the right side. That's to Grich. He's got it. Throws over for the out, and that's 2 outs here in the top of the 2nd inning. Also, Detroit, not a lot of speed on their team as well. They have some speed on the bench in Ogilvy and LaFleur, but not in their regular lineup. So Freehan will bat here. 2 out, nobody on. Obviously, we're challenging him. 0-1. Palmer offers. It's on the ground up the middle and through into center field for a base hit for Freehan. So with 2 outs, he'll be on at first. And that'll bring up Gary Sutherland. Hit .254 with 5 homers in 1974. He's got a 2-0 count, so he's ahead in the count. And Palmer kicks and fires, and Palmer pops him up. Wide of the bag at third, close to the railing. Robinson moves to his right, and he drops it. Now Robinson with an error on a foul pop. So the left side of the Orioles defense having trouble catching those foul pops. Could be the wind. And going to give Sutherland another chance. It's 2-1 with 2 out. Runner on first. And now the count is full, 3-2. Palmer pitches. There goes Freehan on the full count with 2 out. Here's a hard grounder between first and second. Grich can't flag this down, and it goes through for a base hit. And Freehan rounds second and is going to get to third. Throw to second or third. We're going to throw to second with 2 out and keep the other runner at first. As Freehan was on the move on the pitch. So we got first and third 2 out. Detroit trying to tie this game up, and they're back to the top with Brinkman, but we have to go ahead and just challenge him with 2 outs. And we got an 0-1 pitch on Brinkman and a drive to center field. Going to be over Blair's head, but he can't go back and get him with he can go back and get him with the best, and the side is retired. Blair with a catch. So that was over Blair's head, but somehow Paul Blair, who was a great center fielder, is able to go back and get that and keep this game 1-0. So that was a big threat. Detroit comes very close to maybe even taking the lead there. They probably would have scored 2. So we go bottom 2, and it's going to be Don Baylor leading it off. And a 2-0 pitch. And Baylor sneaks one through into center field for a base hit. So Baylor, leadoff hitter, is on first with nobody out. That's going to bring up Brooks Robinson. And just checking. And the Orioles definitely much more speed, and they have some decent runners, including this version of Don Baylor, who can get a jump and steal a base. Brooks on. Let's give it a try. Let's see if he can get a lead. Stole 29 bases in 74. Lolich with a throw over, and Baylor just gets back, so he doesn't get the lead. And we're going to just let Brooks swing away. Lolich goes to first again, and Baylor is back. So Lolich is keeping a tight eye on Baylor. And we got a 2-2 pitch now to Robinson. Ground ball to Sutherland at second, but it's under his glove, base hit. So Baylor is around second, and with nobody out. Very good runner. First and second, nobody out. There's a ground ball through the infield. We're going to I don't want to make the first out at third base. All right, we're going to hold him. We're going to play conservative. First and second with nobody out here in the bottom of the second inning. And we got Earl Williams coming up. He will swing. Lolich sets. 0-2 pitch to Williams. Checked it. I don't believe he went. Yes, he did. It's going to be a strikeout for Lolich, his first of the game. And now with first and second and 1 out, that'll bring up Paul Blair, who made that nice catch. With 1 out, he's just going to be swinging. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Pitch. This one is hit high in the air and deep to right center field. Stanley and Northrop are angling back and taking it in. Just as he reaches the track is Stanley, the center fielder. Don Baylor tagging up at second and will take third easily on the deep fly ball. And we're going to have runners on the corners with 2 out for Mark Belanger. Hit 225 in 1974. And we got a 3-2 pitch here. Robinson breaks for second. And that's ball 4. We're going to load him up. And we're going to go back to Bunbury in the top of the order. Wait. He's saying something to the umpire. But I guess cooler heads will prevail. And the bases will be loaded with 2 out for Al Bunbury, who's 0 for 1 in the game, but with a chance to break this open early for the Orioles. He hit just 233, looks like, in 1974 with a home run and 19 ribbies. And here we go. He's swinging away, obviously. And the runners move off. Ball 1 on Bunbury. Lolich's pitch. Grounded hard past the mound, out of the reach of Sutherland and into center field for a big base hit for Al Bunbury. In comes Baylor. And Robinson is around third. Belanger's rounding second. I am going to send Robinson home. Robinson is going for home. Belanger holds at second. Throw goes home. It's a high throw. Robinson is underneath it and scores easily. And the Orioles are going to take a 3-0 lead here in the bottom of the second. We have first and second, 2 out for Coggins, who tripled his first time up. And now Lolich towing the rubber. Got a 1 strike count. Whistling line drive into left center. Goes all the way to the fence. Belanger scores. Bunbury rounds third. Coggins has himself a double. Stanley has no chance to get Bunbury. And Coggins is 2 for 2 with a double, a triple, and 2 ribbies. And the Orioles are opening this game up early. 5-0 here in the second. That'll bring up Grich. And we got a 2-2 pitch on him. Inside corner. And that is that. So Lolich gets his second strikeout, but he's down 5-0 here through 2 innings. And Jim Palmer has a nice lead Going into the third, facing Aurelio Rodriguez. He has the sign. It's a 2-2 count on Rodriguez. Here's the delivery. And Rodriguez hesitates, but got a piece of it, hitting a ground ball to Gritch, who throws him out. 4-3, one away. Bring up Jim Northrup. Northrup walked in his first at-bat. Palmer gets the sign from Earl Williams. There's 1-ball count on Northrup. Here's the pitch. Sharply hit ground ball right side. Baylor with the grab. Underhand to the pitcher. And that gets Northrup 3-1. And there are 2 outs. Nobody on here. Top of the third, 5-0 Baltimore on opening day. And it's Al Kaline at the plate. Palmer on the rubber here. We got a 2-ball, 1-strike count on Kaline. Palmer deals. This is a grounder straight up the middle in the center field, and Al Kaline's got himself a base hit, his first hit of the 1974 season. And with 2 outs, Kaline on first, it'll be Willie Horton. 0 for 1 today. Palmer to the stretch. 1 ball, no strikes on Horton. Palmer kicks and fires and hits center field and deep. The flags are blowing straight out to center, and so is the baseball, and the wind gets it out of here. Willie Horton with a 2-run home run, his first home run of the season, and all of a sudden Detroit is back in this game, 5-2. Not that Horton needs a lot of help, but the wind helped that one get out. And Palmer gets himself into some 2-out trouble. He'll now face Norm Cash here. 2 out, nobody on, but now it's a 5-2 ball game. And here we go, ready to go. The windup and the pitch. And this is a long drive to right and deep. Coggins is going back, and he's going to make the catch though here. So Cash keeps in the ballpark, and we're going to go to the bottom of the third. 5-2 Baltimore. And Tommy Davis is going to lead it off against Mickey Lolich, who's going to try and settle down here. Remember, Detroit also does not have a great bullpen. Lolich stares in. Here's a 2-1 pitch. Hit off the fist down to third. And here comes Rodriguez. That usually means the batter's out. And he is 5-3. As I said, Rodriguez with the great glove at third. 1 out for Don Baylor, who is 1 for 1. And he scored a run. And we got an 0-1 pitch on Baylor. Lolich comes to the plate, swing and a fly ball right center. Moving into the gap is Northrup, and he's going to get there. He pulls it in, and there are 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. That'll bring up Brooks Robinson, who is also 1 for 1 and also scored a run. Lolich is ready. We got a 1-1 pitch on Brooks Robinson, and here's a well-hit ball out to deep right. Northrup ranges left and back. He's still going back, and he has it near the warning track, and he takes care of that. And we're going to go to the top of the fourth. Palmer back on the mound. Mickey Stanley 0 for 1 at the plate. 5-2 Baltimore. But Horton made this a little bit interesting with that 2-run home run. We have a 1-1 fastball jammed and popped to shallow left. Bunbury angles in, and he's got it. So 1 out. And that'll bring up Freehan. Freehan is 1 for 1 in the game. And he's got ahead of the count 2-0. And he pops it up. Again, foul outside third. These have been a problem for the Orioles so far. Drifting back in the direction of the seats. Won't make it. The stands sit well back here at Memorial Stadium. And Robinson is able to squeeze this one for the 2nd out. Bottom of the order, number 9 hitter Gary Sutherland, who is 1 for 1, will take his swings here. He's hit 254 in 74. He's got a full count. And here's Palmer's pitch. Hard ground ball to third. And Robinson takes it over to first, and in time we got 2 good third basemen in this game, in Robinson and Rodriguez. So we're going to go to the bottom of the fourth. 5-2 Orioles, and Earl Williams will lead it off. And he's got a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Here's the pitch. It's cut on and missed the slider, and that's going to be Lolich's 3rd strikeout. And there is 1 out here. Bring up Paul Blair, who hit, looks like 261 with 17 homers in 74. He's 0 for 1 here. 1-2 delivery and ground ball right to short. Brinkman, clean play over to first, makes it no problem there. 2 outs and nobody on for Mark Belanger. Belanger did score a run in this game. Does not have an official at-bat, and he's got a 2-2 count here. And popped in the air, and this is behind the plate, but it goes out of play, so Belanger will get another try. That ball foul out of play. And you're not going to believe this, but there's a beach ball out against a fence in right field. Yeah, that would be normal in Dodger Stadium, but not here in Memorial Stadium. So we're going back to the action. A 3-2 full count. Lolich delivers, and Belanger looks at a pitch low and off the plate. And he's going to be on again with a walk. Second of the game for Belanger, and that's Lolich's 2 walks. So he is on. Mark Belanger is a threat to steal. 2 out, nobody on. 5-2. Bunbury up. Let's take a pitch. See if we can get ahead in the count. Lolich with a snap throw to first, and Belanger steps back in safely. So Lolich is keeping an eye on Belanger. And now he throws it wide. A nice grab by Cash to stop it, but he has no chance to make a play. So let's try and steal. Lolich throws to first again. Belanger dives head first. The tag. And he's safe. So Lolich keeping an eye on Belanger. And he can't seem to get the lead. So let's let Bunbury go ahead and bat. And again he's throwing the first. So Lolich had the same idea I had, which was to try and get Belanger to steal. But we're having a hard time getting a lead. 1-1 count. Mickey works here. A pop fly out towards short. Brinkman wants it. Moves in toward the mound. And he makes the play. And we're going to go to the 5th 5-2 Baltimore. Top of the order for the Tigers. Brinkman will lead it off. He's 0 for 2. And he's got a 1-0 pitch from Palmer. Scorched to right center. But Brinkman didn't get enough of it. And the catch is made. No problem for Coggins. And there'll be 1 out. Bring up Rodriguez, who's also 0 for 2. Here's Palmer looking in, and he's fallen behind 3-0. Rodriguez taking all the way, and he walks on 4 pitches. Palmer's 3rd walk of the game. And with a 3-run lead, you don't want to do that. There's 1 out now. Rodriguez on at first. Not a big threat to run, so we're just going to challenge Northrop here. And the pitch to Northrop. And the runner is going on the pitch. It's a ball. Williams' throw, down 3 runs. Belanger takes the throw on 1 hop. And they get him. That's an interesting call there by the computer manager to run down 3 with a guy who's not a big base stealer. But we'll take the out. Now 2 out, nobody on. And we'll just challenge Northrop. Would not have done that myself, but 1-1 here. And the pitch is grounded hard to the right side. And Grich can't get it, and it's through in the right field, so that caught stealing looms even larger now. Runner on first, 2 out for K-Line. Again, a runner on first that we're not going to worry too much about. And Northrop gets his lead. The pitch is on its way, and it's a comebacker. It was hit hard and nearly through Jim Palmer's legs, but he got a piece of it and will turn it into an out. And it's going to be 1-3, and that's going to do it. So we're going to go bottom 5. Orioles leading it 5-2. Coggins leading it off, and he's had a day so far. He's got a double and a triple. Got 2 ribbies and a run scored. See if Lolich can figure him out this time. Wind up in the pitch down the left field line. Is this in the corner? No. Foul ball. Coggins flirting with another extra base hit. but instead it's just a loud foul, and he'll try again. Lolich looking in. It's a 2-2 count now on Coggins. And here's a blast to left and deep. Horton's going straight back, and he makes the catch. Crashes into the wall and holds on to the ball. Nice play by Willie Horton, as Coggins almost had himself a possible home run there that would have given him a chance for a cycle. So 1 out, nobody on for Gritch, who is 0 for 1 but does have a ribby. And that was the sac fly that scored Coggins in the first. Now it's a 1-2 pitch. Gritch lines an off-speed pitch toward the gap, right center. And it's in there for a hit. And he's going to settle for a long single. So he's on first with 1 out. And he also can run. Tommy Davis up. We're going to go ahead and let Tommy Davis swing right here. Quick throw to first. Lolich again, keeping an eye on Gritch. And Gritch does get back, so no pickoff. Let's take a pitch. Pitch on the way. It's upstairs, ball 1. So we get ahead of the count here, and let's try and steal. Lolich to the stretch. Ball 1 on Davis. Lolich offers. Gritch couldn't get the jump, and he comes back with a strike. So it's 1-1 now, and we're going to go ahead and just let Davis hit. Gritch being held at first. 2-1 now. Here is Lolich's pitch. High fly, straightaway center. Looks like an easy play for Stanley, and there are 2 out. Bring up Don Baylor. Let's take a pitch here. Either get Baylor ahead in the count, or maybe get Gritch a shot to steal. Lolich is a tough man to roll on. The pitch taken right down the heart of the plate. So we fall behind here on a breaking ball, and it's 0-1. Baylor will just hit here. Quick move to first. He's still keeping an eye on Gritch. Cash applies the tag, but Gritch is safe. So we got 2 out, Gritch on. Baylor at the plate. 0-1 pitch. Line to left on a couple of hops. That's a base hit, steering it through the hole. And Gritch is around second, but with 2 out, we'll stop. That was a hit to left. So first and second, 2 out. And that'll bring up Brooks Robinson with a chance to add to this 5-2 Orioles lead. Plate protection here. He's fallen behind in the count 1-2. And it looks like he's going to go down on strikes for the 4th strikeout for Lolich. Get him out of the 5th. So we're going to go to the top of the 6th inning. And Horton, who has the 2-run home run, will lead it off against Palmer. And he's fallen behind 3-1. Hit down the left field line. A majestic fly ball high, deep, and Willie Horton's got his 2nd home run of the game. So Horton, here on opening day, hits 2 home runs, and it's 5-3, and this game's getting tight. 5-3. Nobody on now. Cash is going to be the batter. He is 0 for 2, and he's got a full count. And he looks like low below the knees, but Cash goes after it, and he strikes out on ball 4. So 2nd strikeout for Palmer. He gets a little bit of a break there as Cash goes out of the strike zone, and that'll bring up Stanley. Got a good game here. 5-3 on opening day. Willie Horton, 2 home runs. He's got a 2-2 count on Stanley now, and Palmer comes to the plate. And Stanley checks his swing. They're looking at the first base umpire, and the umpire punches him out. So Stanley strikes out. 3rd for Palmer. There's now 2 out for Freehan. And Freehan is ahead 1-0. And he hits it high and deep to straightaway center field. Remember, you got Blair out there, and he's able to run it down. So tough to get one by Blair, and Blair retires the side there. We're going to go bottom 6, but it's now 5-3. Lolich is hung in there. He's still out there. And Earl Williams will lead it off for the Orioles. And here we go. Second pitch to Williams. It's 0-1. Line shot up the middle. Sutherland to his right. And he gets to it to retire Earl Williams. 1 out. So Williams flirted with a hit up the middle but doesn't get it. And he'll bring up Paul Blair. And here's the pitch. Here's a line shot to left, but right at Willie Horton, who makes the catch for the second out. That'll bring up Mark Belanger, 2 out, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the 6-5-3 Orioles. 2 strikes on Belanger. Fastball with some sink, and Lolich strikes out Belanger. Number 5 for Lolich. We go top 7. Palmer will face Sutherland here in the top of the 7th inning. 1 strike pitch, and it's hit to Blair in center, but he can't get that one. It drops in front of him, and he keeps it in front of him. Almost got by him, but it's going to be a base hit for the number 9 hitter, and he's on first with nobody out for Brinkman. Brinkman is 0 for 3. Sutherland, not much of a threat. I said Detroit doesn't have a lot of speed in their lineup. 2-1 delivery. Lined hard between first and second. Grich dives, but it's through for a hit. Sutherland turns second base, and he's going to third, but we're going to throw to second to keep the double play in order with the 2-run lead. They're going to have runners on the corners with nobody out. And unlike Detroit, Baltimore does have a good bullpen. Got Rodriguez up. I'm going to give Palmer a chance to get Rodriguez, and we're going to play back for the double play. First and third, nobody out. And we're going to go after Rodriguez. They're going to pinch hit. They're pinch hitting. So they're pinch hitting for Rodriguez. Just take a look at the numbers for the season. He hit .217, 2 homers, 10 ribbies, and same strategy. First and third, we're going after him, and we're playing for the double play. Palmer checks the runners. 3-1 delivery. Pop fly. Shallow center field. And looks like Blair's going to have it easily. And that was shallow, so it's probably not going to score the run. So now we got first and third, 1 out for Northrop. Lefty batter. We got 2 righties on after him. And first and third, 1 out. I'm going to let Palmer pitch to Northrop, and we're going to go after him, and we're going to play with the infield back. We'll give up the 1 run for a chance at the double play. Palmer is ready. Now he steps off behind the mound. He's having a meeting with himself. He realizes this is a big point in his game. Now he's ready. 1-0 to Northrop. And there's a ground ball to second. Could be a pair. Sutherland is going for home. No, we're going to throw for home. No, we're going to try and get the double play. Grich has it. Throws to second for 1, over to first. Northrop beats the ball to the bag, and we're going to have a 1-run game. Sutherland scores. It's 5-4 here in the 7th inning, and this game has gotten really good now. We have 2 out. Northrop on at first. Not a big threat to run. K-line up, and Palmer's going to go after him. This game is a 1-run game. It was 5-0 at one point. We got a 1-ball count on K-line. And he hits it to center, but not deep, and that's not what you want to do against the Orioles. Blair is going to make that play. Northrop will be left on base, but we got a 5-4 game, 7th inning stretch time, bottom 7. And looks like Cash is now playing third. They bring in, which Cash is that? They have 2 Cashes. That is Ron Cash. I don't remember Ron Cash all that well. All right, bottom 7. And we got Bunbury leading it off. Lolich is still out there, and now all of a sudden it's 5-4, and he's very much in this game. Bunbury will lead it off and swing away. And a 1-1 pitch grounded hard to second. And an easy play for Sutherland, and there's 1 out for Coggins, who's had a good game, double and a triple. Two ribbies. Falling behind here, though, 0-2. And Coggins hits a bullet. Boy, he has been hitting everything. It's a base hit. So he's got a single, double, and triple in this game. And chance for the cycle. He's on at first. Now he can run. Gritch up. Let's take a pitch. Here's the pitch to Gritch. And outside in the dirt, a sinker. Ball one. 1-0. And we're going to try and steal with Coggins. Moves off first. 1-0 pitch. Didn't get a good jump. So Lolich is tough to get a jump on. And it's a strike. 1-1. And that caught the outside corner. 1-1 strike. We're going to try and get the jump again. Throw to first. And they've got Coggins hung up. Cash running him to second. Not exactly textbook. But his throw to Brinkman is on the money, and Coggins is tagged out. So the Orioles tried to get that insurance run to second. Can't do it. Now there's 2 out for Gritch. 1-2 count. Lolich pitches. Inside pitch fools Gritch, and he goes down on strikes. That's 6 for Lolich, and we're going to the 8th with the score 5-4. Baltimore hanging on. We got Horton, Cash, and Stanley. And are we going to let Palmer face Horton? He's given him up 2 home runs already. I think we might go to the bullpen here. Got Wayne Garland in the bullpen. Had a big year for them. Pitched 91 innings. And I think I'm going to go to Garland instead of letting... he's not on the... he's not there yet. Interesting. So I have Reynolds. Is Reynolds there? Yeah, Reynolds is there. He also had a good year, 69 innings. I guess they got Garland later, so he's not on the roster in the bullpen. Interesting. He did start 6 games, so maybe he started the season as a starter. All right, we're going to go to Reynolds then. Reynolds had a good year. And we're going to have Reynolds come in for Palmer. And he's going to face Horton, who has 2 home runs off Palmer. See if Reynolds can do a little bit better than Jim did. Going to pitch to him. And there's a hard hit grounder towards the bag at second, and it goes through for a hit, so nobody can get Horton or Coggins out in this game. Grays Reynolds on the way, but he looks more angry than hurt. So Horton's 3 for 4, and they got the tying run on first with nobody out for Cash. 1 second. Got to do a little scouting report here on Norm Cash. And he wasn't much of a sacrifice guy, so he had 7 home runs, hit 228. So we're going to just pitch to him. I'm not going to worry about corners or anything. Reynolds is ready. Here it comes. And he does square the bunt. He only had, it looked like, and he fouled it at the plate. It looked like he only has 1 sacrifice the entire 74 season. So he fouls that one off, and we're still going to leave the corners back. So I'm not that worried about him bunting. 1-1 pitch. If he tries it, let him do it. It's a little tapper back to the box, and Reynolds is able to get Horton at second, but Belanger drops the ball. No harm done. It was just on the transfer. So they do get the out at second. And Cash will be on at first. So 1 out. And that'll bring up Stanley. Cash also not too much of a threat to run. Detroit does not have a lot of speed in the lineup. Baylor holding Cash at first. 2-1 count, though, on Stanley. Bullet Bob Reynolds pops him up out to shallow center. Belanger and Gritch are both after it. But Gritch takes charge, and he puts it away for the second out. Reynolds gets 2 outs after giving up the Horton hit. Now there's a runner on first, 2 out for Freehan. And here's the delivery. Little roller. It's going foul off third, 0-1, so it doesn't stay in play. And Reynolds is going to have to pitch again to Freehan. Cash off of first. 0-1 count. And the ball's hit to short. Belanger flips to Grich, and Reynolds does a good job in the top of the eighth. And we're going to go to the bottom of the eighth of this 5-4 game. Baltimore-Detroit, it's been a good one. Tommy Davis will lead it off, and Lolich showing up here in the eighth inning. Full count on Davis. And that's going to be a ground ball fair down the line. It went over first, and it's going to be in the corner, and a stand-up double for Tommy Davis, and a big insurance run sitting over on second base with nobody out. Don Baylor up, nothing to do but swing. 1 ball count on Baylor. Line drive to second, it goes through for a base hit. Tommy Davis makes the turn, but with nobody out, I'm going to hold him up. First and third, nobody out. And Brooks Robinson, Baylor is 3 for 4, so he's had a day as well. And with first and third, nobody out, Brooks Robinson is going to have a chance. Now they're taking Lolich out. John Hiller is coming in. And first and third, Brooks Robinson up, and could flirt around with trying to move Baylor. But I'm going to just let Robinson swing. 2-1 count. Line drive, base hit to center field. And that's going to get Davis in with the insurance run, and it's 6-4. And then Baylor's going to stop at second. Still nobody out. First and second, nobody out. Earl Williams, right-handed batter, will bat, and he will be swinging as we work towards the bottom of the order. Orioles got an insurance run. It's a 1-2 count on Williams. And Hiller goes up the ladder, and Williams goes after it, and he strikes out. Third time today. So there's 1 out now, first and second, for Paul Blair. Blair will bat, obviously, with the lead. We want his defense in the game, and he's got pop in his bat. And he's pitching to Blair, and a fly ball to center, and Stanley catches that. So that was a can of corn, and we're not going to try for third. So first and second, 2 out. And Belanger will bat with the 2-run lead. So first and second, 2 out. Mark Belanger up, and he's staying in the game for defense. Payoff pitch to Belanger. And there go the runners. A liner. Foul! Oh, Belanger almost got it. But we're going to have a full count again. The runners will get to move on the pitch. Orioles looking for more. They lead at 6-4. Hiller comes to the belt. Full count pitch. Runners going. And Belanger hits it to left, but Horton is able to make the catch. So Belanger hit it well, but right at Horton. And we're going to go to the 9th. They have 3 righties coming up. And we put Reynolds in last inning. Let's see. Let me just do a little bit more scouting on our bullpen. Make a decision here. I think Reynolds, 54 games, 69 innings. I think we're going to just leave him in for now. We got a couple of lefties we can go to if we need them for Northrop. So Reynolds is going to start the inning, and we'll see Sutherland hitting. Looks like Sutherland is hitting. 1-2 pitch. Swung on. And missed. So Reynolds gets the strikeout. And there is 1 out. That'll bring up Brinkman. Reynolds trying to save this game for Palmer. It's 6-4 Orioles. 1 out, top 9. Bullet Bob Reynolds. 1-2 pitch. Bouncer over the mound. And over the middle and just past the outstretched arm of Belanger and a base hit. So it's never easy. And Reynolds allows Brinkman to single up the middle. So now the tying run will be at the plate. And Ron Cash, who came in a couple of innings ago, no power, 5 RBIs at 226. He'll be up with a runner on first. Right-hand batter. Reynolds will face him, and we'll challenge him. 1 up, and now we go. Here we go. Jerry Moses is going to pinch hit. So that makes sense. He does have a little pop. 4 homers, 19 RBIs. He is right-handed, though, so Reynolds will face him, and we will challenge him. Right-hander out of the stretch. Count is 1-2. Here comes a pitch, a little looping liner, sliced over toward Coggins, and he makes the catch. Ooh, that was dangerous. Coggins with a nice play, coming in a few steps to get that ball. And now with 2 outs, runner on first, Northrup, who has popped, tying run, and Grant Jackson is going to come into this game to face Northrup. Here's Grant Jackson. He will be coming in to relieve Reynolds. And he's going to try and get Northrup to win this game. Obviously, we're going to challenge him. Runner on first. 2 out. Orioles lead it 6-4 in what has been a good game. And it's up to Grant Jackson and Jim Northrup. Here we go. We're challenging them. Jackson from the high set. Oh, a full count. Jackson pitching to Northrup. Brinkman on the move. And Northrup strikes out. Grant Jackson gets Northrup to strike out to end the game. Baltimore wins it 6-4. This was a good one. And Orioles win it 6-4. They won in the actual game 3-2. So that was also a good close game. Lolich, after being rocked early, hung in there and pitched well. Palmer gets the win. Horton and Coggins and Baylor had good games. And there we go. Orioles win on opening day 6-4. All right, thanks for watching.